Good morning Philippines, mga kabarangay, mga kababayan, mga kapatid. Ngayon po ay araw ng Martes, June 24, 2025. Pag-usapan pa rin po natin ang mainit na isyu tungkol pa rin sa impeachment against VP Sara Duterte. Alam po naman natin mga kababayan, mga kabarangay, mga kababayan, mga kapatid, na sa June 30 at noon, magtatapos na po ang 19th Congress. At tayo po ay naninindigan pa rin doon sa teorya na all pending business before the 19th Congress will die a natural death at its adjournment on June 30 at noon, siniday. So, ibig po sabihin, ang impeachment complaint na pending sa Senado for trial ay mawawalan din po ng bisa sa tanghali o pagsapit ng tanghali sa June 30, 2025. Kaya kung nais po ng 20th Congress Lower House na ituloy ang impeachment trial, naninindigan po tayo doon sa ating pananaw na kailangan po mag-refile ang lower house of the 20th Congress ng panibagong impeachment complaint, and that will require a one-third votes of the House of Representatives for the complaint to constitute an articles of impeachment to be refiled or to be filed once again before the Senate. Yan po ang ating pananaw. Although alam po natin na maraming mga spekulasyon o teorya na sinasabing it can cross over to the 20th Congress. Anyway, the final arbiter on the matter will be the Supreme Court. At alam po natin na kung sakali ito ay itatawid sa from 19th to 20th Congress, meron po dyan magpapile ng petition sa Supreme Court for purposes of academic enlightenment as to whether in fact it can really cross over from the 19th to 20th Congress. That could be one of the defense theory. But then, mga kabarangay, mga kababayan, mga kapatid, ang pinaka-issue po dito, will the continuation of the impeachment trial is beneficial to the Filipino public? And ito po talaga ang the nutshell of the issue. Well, mga kabarangay, mga kababayan, mga kapatid, marami pong mga teorya na sinasabi nila na it is a constitutional mandate for the Senate to try the impeachment complaint being filed before it. Well, of course, it cannot be denied, that being the direct provision of the Constitution to that effect. Pero ang sinasabi din po natin, kung gusto ng impeachment court na ito ay i-dismiss, dismissal being within the power of the Senate as an impeachment court to try, or it is included in the power to try, so pwede rin po. Hindi po ibig sabihin na kapag dinismiss ang impeachment complaint for lack of jurisdiction or for whatever reason, magiging unconstitutional na po on the part of the Senate. Because the power of trying a case definitely includes the power to dismiss if to the judgment of the court or of the impeachment court, it is but proper and prudent to dismiss the same. So, yan po ang ating pananaw. Katulad po na nabanggit natin sa nauna nating vlog, na dapat instead of remanding the case to the House of Representatives, then the Senate should have rather dismissed it and without, of course, without prejudice of refiling the same, should the House of Representatives of the 28th Congress deem it proper to refile after once again obtaining the one-third votes, which is necessary for the impeachment committee to constitute an article or an articles of impeachment. So, yan po ang ating pananaw. And there is nothing unconstitutional with it. Bakit? Nauulit po natin, the power to dismiss includes the power of the court to try the case. Ngayon, mga kabarangay, mga kababayan, mga kapatid, ano ba talaga ang nature ng impeachment? Ang marami pong sinasabi ang ating mga senador that they would extend judgment based on the evidence of the case. Well, of course, that is but natural and that should be the case. Dapat talaga pag nag-decision ang mga senators as an impeachment judges, talagang dapat supposedly tingnan nila ang ebidensya, meaning that they would only decide the case based on the evidence. But in reality, hindi po totoo yan sa impeachment case. Because impeachment is more of political than being judicial. Although, of course, it should be necessary that judgment should be based on the evidence of the case. Pero in reality, hindi po nangyari yan. Ano po ang ating basehan dito? Yung nangyaring impeachment sa dating Chief Justice of the Supreme Court in the person of Justice Corona, Chief Justice Corona. Marami pong marami pong ebidensya na dapat inadmissible in a regular court. Yun ay dapat hindi i-considera na ebidensya. Halimbawa po doon, alala natin, mga kabarangay, mga kababayan, mga kapatid, yung mga nakuhang evidences relative to bank accounts. Tinanong yung isang witness doon kung paano niya nakuha. Sabi niya, hindi, nasa parking lot may nagbigay sa akin ng envelope na ito ang laman. Mga bank records which under the law, under the bank secrecy law, hindi dapat mailabas. Pero it was obtained illegally. That being obtained illegally, it should have not been admitted as an evidence. Pero tinanggap po. At saka titingnan po natin kung babalikan natin ang issue doon. Corona was convicted because of his sal-in na sinasabi, hindi raw niya in-state sa kanyang sal-in yung kanyang bank account something about 4 million US dollar. Hindi niya sinabi doon. So in other words, nagsinungaling daw. Ang tanong, iyon po ba ay paglabag sa batas ng Salin Law? Well, kung tutuusin po, kung titingnan natin, hindi po natin masasabi na iyon ay paglabag. Bakit po? Sapagkat Salin Law is special law. Or rather, under the Salin Law, lahat ng assets and liabilities ng government officials should be declared. But in the case of Corona, he did not declare accordingly the US dollar account. So because of that, sinasabi na nilabag niya ang batas. The dollar law, the law that provides for a dollar deposit is a special law kung saan sinasabi doon na pwedeng i-declare o pwedeng hindi i-declare ng isang government employee ang kanyang dollar account with the bank. Because the purpose of the law was to encourage people to deposit dollars in their bank accounts. So, bawal or it is discretionary upon the depositor to declare his US dollar account with the bank, any Salin or not. Of course, the Salin law is general and the dollar account law is special law in relation to the Salin. Therefore, kung hindi man idineklara ni Justice Corona ang kanyang dollar account to sa kanyang Salin, there was no violation of the Salin law because special law, it's the dollar account law, is special, or being special, it should prevail over the general law, which is the Salin law. So wala po siyang linabag na batas doon. But then, he was convicted because of it. Dahil ang sabi ng mga senators, kung hindi i-convict si Corona, magiging because of what he did, because of withholding declaration of his dollar account in his Salin, magiging refuse ng mga corrupt official yung dollar account. Well, dapat ang ginawa ng mga senators ay di inamin muna nila ang batas, yung dollar account law, to the effect that it should have provided that when you are a government officials, it would not be discretionary upon you to declare it or not. Dapat nilagay nila doon na talagang dapat i-deklara. But at that time, and I think even now, there is no provision to that effect, that if you were a government official, you are required to declare your US dollar account with the bank in your Salin. Pero dahil doon, Corona was convicted. At lumabas later na ang mga senador, judges, were bribed by President Noynoy Aquino. Kaya nila kinonvict si Corona because then Noynoy Aquino as president wanted him to be convicted for his personal reason. And most likely, ganito din po ang mangyayari sa impeachment case ni Vice President Sara. Kasi kung titingnan po natin mga kabarangay, mga kababayan, mga kapatid, narinig nating binasa yung impeachment complaint. Halimbawa po dyan, yung sinasabing misuse of confidential funds dahil yung liquidation ay gumamit ng mga fictitious names. Well, unang-una po dyan, sinasabi na nga na under the auditing system by COA, which is the constitutional commission authorized to audit government expenditures, ang confidential funds, by its very nature, hindi talaga sinasabi kung kanino mo ibinayad, because that would expose to truth of the lives of the informants who were paid with the same money. So confidential, it should not be withheld or it should not be exposed to the public by using fictitious names as payees. So kung ginawa man niya ng Office of the President, definitely that is in consonance with the COA system, with the COA auditing system. So the OVP, the Office of the Vice President, cannot be faulted in sort of way. Sapagkat by the very nature of the confidential funds, it should not be declared as wanted, as the Quadcom wanted it to be. Secondly, according to reports, he was already cleared by the COA. So, kung evidence ang pagbabasihan ng impeachment judgment, most likely, maa-acquit. Katulad halimbawa ng isa din sa mga complaint yung rape, pagbabanta sa buhay ng Pangulo, ang First Lady at ng Martin. Alam naman natin, under the ordinary course, that cannot be considered as grave rape or actual rape. Kasi sabi niya, kung ako'y papatayin, may kinausap na ako nagpapatay sa ating Pangulo. Kung siya ay papatayin. Pero kung hindi siya papatayin, baliwala yung kanya. In other words, yung mga ganong complaint, talagang at the first glance, dismissible. Tulad ng sinabi si Jason, sabi niya, dahil doon sa kanyang statement na ang taong bayan may karapatan magalit sa pamahalaan. Kung sa tingin nila itong pamahalaan ito ay hindi gumagawa ng tama. Well, of course, that is but true and correct that the people, the government, has the right to be angry with the government if the government does no longer serve the real interest of the people. So, what is wrong with it? Yung mga ganong articles of impeachment o impeachment complaints ay talaga at the first glance dismissible, and yet pinipilit ng Congress, both the Senate and the lower house, na ito ay worth trying. Samantalang ang rason lang naman ay maliwanag na kita natin ay politika, sapagkat gusto lang ng bangag na Pangulo and his administration na talagang alisin sa kanilang landas si VP Sara so that by 2028 she could no longer run as president. Maliwanag po. So in other words, itong impeachment trial ay is a matter of waste of time and money on the part of the Senate. Kasi kitang-kita po naman natin. Another thing, kasabay po dito sa impeachment complaint, which is pending trial before the Senate, meron na criminal cases na ipinail sa Ombudsman. Under the ordinary course of under the ordinary judicial under our judicial system, meron tayong tinatawag na non-forum shopping, that if a similar complaint is being filed with another agency, quasi-judicial agency or court, the same should be dismissed in violation of non-forum shopping. Pero dito, may ipinail sa Ombudsman, may ipinail sa Senate for impeachment. Ang argument nila dito ay iba naman ang impeachment court, iba naman ang impeachment. Well, precisely that is the purpose of non-forum shopping. The non-filing of the same complaint before a different government agencies, whether a court, a quasi-judicial body, or a special court, such as an impeachment court. Kasi ang iniwasan dyan yung double trial of the same complaint. It is a waste of time and money on the part of the government. And yet, ito nangyayari. So, ang tingin po natin dito, dapat questionin din ito ng defense team na dito sana. Bakit mayroong ganung the same complaint filed with different agencies in violation of the non-forum shopping? Iba naman ang impeachment court, iba naman ang impeachment rules. Well, ang pagkaalam po natin, the rules of court are adopted suppletorily by the impeachment court as supplementary rules of the impeachment court. So meaning, ang rules of court, although it is intended for the regular court proceeding, because it was adopted as supplementary rules of the impeachment court, then that policies of non-forum shopping should likewise be applied in this impeachment case. Anyway, dapat itanong sa Supreme Court yan, because the Supreme Court is the final arbiter of whatever legal issue. Kaya mga kabarangay, mga kababayan, ito pong impeachment trial o VP Sara, ang tingin po natin dito ay talagang pagsasayang lamang ng pera at oras sa bahagi ng ating pamahalaan. Sapagkat ang rason nito ay politics, plain and simple. Hindi po totoo yung sinasabi ng mga House of Representatives katulad ni Franz Castro, ni Joel Choa at ng iba pa dyan sa Quadco na gusto nilang pangalagaan ang pera ng bayan. Sapagkat kung nais talaga nila pangalagaan ang pera ng bayan, mas malaki na mas dapat nilang tingnan ang Office of the President sa napakalaking korupsyon. VP Sara is being tried for the confidential funds in the sum of 125 million. Samantalang ang confidential funds ng Office of the President is 4 point something billion. Ang nawawala sa flood control is something about 550 billion. Ang nawawala sa Maharlika funds, saan napunta yun? Ang dami. Bakit hindi yun ang tingnan ng House of Representatives na malaking pera na hindi natin alam yung PhilHealth, something about 90 billion. Malaking pera ang hindi na-account on the part of the Office of the President. Bakit hindi yun tingnan ng House of Representatives? As against the 125 million confidential funds of the Office of the Vice President. Dapat iyon ang tingnan kung gusto talaga or if really the House of Representatives of the 19th Congress is really sincere in its intent to protect the money of the people. Kung maalala po natin mismo, sinabi ni Toby Chanko na itong mga congressmen na pumirma ng impeachment complaint in December 2023 were paid by the House of Representatives in terms of pork barrel with 150 million pesos per signature. So nagpapakita lang po mga kabarangay, mga bayan, mga kapatid, that even at the filing of the impeachment complaint, binayaran lang talaga ang mga congressmen para lang pumirma. So dyan palang makikita na natin na talagang ang purpose is only political, just to please the President. So, bangag na Pangulo. Kung maalala po natin, mga kabarangay, mga kababayan, mga kapatid, na ang unang pumirma sa impeachment complaint na yan ay mismong si Sandro Marcos na anak ng bangag na Pangulo na si Ferdinand kung si Bongbong Marcos. So, pera ng bayan ang ipinansuhol para lang ma-impeach itong Vice President na sa tingin ng majority of the Filipino people, ito ang tunay na naglilingkod sa sambayan ng Pilipino. And yet, ito ang ipinatatanggal nila. Alam po natin na sa huling late service, ang trust rating ng mismo ng Pangulo ay bumaba. Samantalang sa pangalawang Pangulo ay tumaas. Which means that the majority of the Filipino people even trust more in the Vice President as compared to the President. And yet, instead of the President being the one to be impeached, ang Vice Presidente ang gusto nilang i-impeach. And most probably, pwedeng mangyari yan dahil susuhulan ng bangag na Pangulo ang mga senador with billions of money. Kaya nga, kung titingnan po natin ito na 2025 national budget, ay talagang maraming corruption dito. Maraming mga items, mga unprogrammed funds na nakalaan. At ito ay para magamit nilang pansokol sa mga senador with billions para makonvict ang Vice President. Ito po talaga ang layunin dito. So in other words, yung sinasabi na impeachment will be decided in accordance with the evidences available during the trial, we don't believe in it. We don't believe in it because as it happened with Chief Justice Corona, pwede pong mangyari din kay VP Sara na ang mga senador ay boboto for conviction because they are paid with billions of monies of the people. Ito po ang masakit dito, mga kabarangay, mga kababayan, mga kapatid. Sasabihin natin, hindi, diba, kailangan natin magtiwala. Well, of course, dapat talaga magtiwala. Pero, hindi rin po maalis yung agam-agam ng sambayan ng Pilipino na dahil sa pera na pinagagalaw ng kasalukuyang Pangulo at posible pong mabayaran ang mga senador na bumoto for conviction even if there is no sufficient evidence to convict the Vice President. Although of course we hope na sana maging makabayan ang mga senador natin. And we are calling upon the people to be very vigilant during this impeachment trial. Anyway, marami naman pong mayroon ng social media sa ngayon. Ang sinasabi lamang po natin mga kabarangay, mga kababayan, mga kapatid, pag ito ay hinayaan po natin na mangyari, na tayo ay niluluto ng bangag na administrasyon. Katulad po na nangyari sa atin noong 2022 na tayo ay nabudol. Kung ito po ay hayaan natin na mabudol pa rin tayo to this impeachment trial, ay talagang wala na po tayong alternative kung hindi patalsikin ang administrasyon via EDSA 3. Otherwise, mga kabarangay, mga kababayan, mga kapatid, tayo ay masasadlak sa matinding kahirapan at kadiliman ng pamamahala sa ating bayan. So, sabi nga, nasa ating mga kamay ang kapalaran. Parang isang ibon na nasa ating mga palad. Na kung nais natin itong patayin sa anumang kadahilanan, madali po itong mapapatay, tutumusin lang natin. Ngunit kung nais natin pawalan, buhayin ang ibon yan, pawalan upang malayang makalipad sa kalawakan at makapamuhay bilang isang malayang elemento ng kalikasan, magagawa po natin yan kung ating gagawin, pangalagaan natin ang ating kalayaan. Alam po natin na mahirap gawin ito pagkat maraming kaakibat ng sakripisyo. Lalo na kung ang persa ng kadiliman ang ating makakalaban. So mga kabarangay, mga kababayan, mga kapatid, ang ating panawagan muli sa impeachment complaint. Bantayan po natin at huwag po tayong matakot magsalita. Sabihin po natin kung ano ang naobserbahan natin during the trial. Although, whatever the issue that will crop up, the final arbiter could always be the Supreme Court. Naging issue po ng panahon ni Corona, Justice Corona. Ang sinasabi po nila, the impeachment court being the special court provided in the Constitution is the highest court, na ibig sabihin ang judgment po nito cannot be appealed to the Supreme Court. So whatever the judgment of the impeachment court will be final and executory. Totoo po mga barangay, mga kababayan. The judgment of the impeachment court is not appealable to the Supreme Court. But if the impeachment court has committed grave abuse of discretion, then the aggrieved party can go to the Supreme Court because the determination of whether grave abuse of discretion has been committed by any government agency or any instrumentality of the government is within the power of the Supreme Court. The impeachment court is an instrumentality of the government to remove impeachable officials. Therefore, if along the way of the impeachment trial, during the trial process, the impeachment trial process, grave abuse has been committed or will be committed by the impeachment judges or by the impeachment court as a whole, then that whatever judgment of the impeachment court can be questioned before the Supreme Court, not as an ordinary appeal, but by way of certiorari under Rule 65 of the Rules of Court for the Supreme Court to determine whether or not the impeachment court has in fact committed grave abuse of discretion. Kaya po, pwedeng pumunta sa Supreme Court si BP Sara, assuming na mayroong grave abuse of discretion committed by the impeachment court during the trial. Nasa saligang batas po yan sapagkat under Article 8 Section 1 of the 1987 Constitution, determination of grave abuse of discretion committed by any government agency or instrumentality thereof is within the judicial power of the Supreme Court. Kaya po pwedeng questionin. Hindi po appeal. Naulit natin, hindi ordinary appeal. The impeachment court, the judgment of the impeachment court cannot be appealed. Wala pong appellate jurisdiction ng Supreme Court sa judgment ng impeachment court. But the Supreme Court has jurisdiction to determine whether grave abuse of discretion has been committed by the impeachment court. Bakit? Because the impeachment court is an instrumentality of the government to remove impeachable officials. Nasa kapangyarihan po ng Supreme Court na alamin kung mayroong grave abuse of discretion, meaning yung bang pag-abuso sa bahagi ng impeachment court sa kapangyarihan na ipinagkaloob nito ng saligang batas, ay may kapangyarihan ng Supreme Court para alamin kung mayroong bang pang-abuso sa kapangyarihan nito ang impeachment court during that trial. That is within the jurisdiction of the Supreme Court to determine. Maliwanag po yan sa saligang batas. Ang Supreme Court ay may kapangyarihan to determine whether grave abuse of discretion is committed by any government agency or any instrumentality thereof. At ang impeachment court, inuulit po natin, is an instrumentality of the government to determine to remove impeachable officials by way of impeachment. So, pwede pong pumunta sa Supreme Court si BP Sara kung sakali sa tingin niya, sa paniniwala niya, umabuso ang impeachment court during the impeachment trial. Pansamantala, mga kabarangay, mga kababayan, mga kapatid, kasama natin ang ating talakayan ngayong umaga. Muli, marami pong salamat.